Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's Women Winning Wednesday night call. My name is Chanel Burt. I'm a Senior Vice President and ACN Influencer, and I want to welcome each and every one of you to this call as we host this every single Wednesday night to be used as a platform to hear from some phenomenal women all over the world of ACN that have earned the position of Regional Coordinator and above. This call allows us to hear their story as well as any training that they want to bring to the table to help each and every one of us advance our business. Now, each week we will hear from a woman. This call is led by women, but it is for everyone. So if you have any gentlemen in your organizations or anyone that's on the fence of getting involved with our company, please have them log in. They can hear a different perspective on how someone was able to achieve success in this opportunity. And ladies and gentlemen, this call is really designed to empower, encourage, and equip more women to rise to the ranks of the ACN opportunity, going from regional coordinator to regional director, RVP, Gold, Platinum, and eventually Senior Vice President. And so before we get into the call, I just want to say, man, how many of you were in Oklahoma City this past weekend? I know everybody was fired up, right? Everybody was fired up. Man, everybody was so excited to be together. It felt like a blended family with everyone being together. And, we are ACN and we are fired up for every single thing that the co-founders are doing, everything that's coming on the table. I can't wait to start shopping with those cashback rewards that we're about to have. But it is just an awesome, awesome blessing that we are a part of a company that are led by the gentlemen that we have as co-founders of this company. And so guys, make sure that you know that we have another event coming up the end of September 30th and October 1st in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. You can register already for the next Elevate event. So you want to make sure you get registered for that. But not only you also want to promote this event because it's not just about you attending, but it's about you getting an army of people there so they can leave full of the ACN armor as they go back to their marketplace. So guys, I am fired up. Let me go ahead. I make someone the co-host at the last minute every single time now. But the young lady that's going to be on the call, man, I have such a tremendous amount of respect for her. She's been on this call as a regional director, but if you were in Oklahoma City, you saw that she's a newly promoted regional vice president. And I know she has earned every single business partner, every single customer point that has gone into her organization because she is an absolute rock star. She comes from that organization's led by the Mazers, and everybody knows them. And she gets to work directly with them every single day. And I cannot wait for her to bring it on this call tonight as the first woman to speak during Women's History Month and the first woman to speak after Oklahoma City. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome to the call newly promoted Regional Vice President, Ms. Monica Bernardino. Thanks so much for being on the call with us tonight.
Well, thank you, Chanel, and such an honor to be here. I'm coming in hot. I literally left one computer with people signing up to come and be on this call here. I wouldn't miss it for the world. Thank you for having me. And Chanel doesn't say a lot about herself, but we all know that she's got it going on, and to achieve the position she has on her own. She probably got one customer out of her mentor like I did. But with that being said, Chanel, I have a tremendous amount of respect for you with 4 kids and everything going on. And I know what that looks like in a big house and a lot going on to stay focused and to still build this business. It's quite an inspirational move on your part for all of us, not only women, but men, And guys, I'm such an honor. I don't even know what I'm going to say here tonight. I never have anything planned. That's part of my shoot, ready, aim personality. But, it's such an honor to be here and represent everybody that's going after their dreams. And, I met a lot of you out in Oklahoma City. That was such an amazing, it felt so good to be back with everybody again and to see everybody. And, what's going on with ACN right now is amazing. My background's really simple. I came from just immigrant parents that worked a lot, meaning they owned their own business. They were doing 7 days a week, 18 hours a day. And, they still do that. They made a fortune doing it, yet they had no life. So I didn't want any part of that. I said, I'm going to go to corporate America. I thought that that's where it was at. And I did. I was a director at the airport for 10 years. It was an adult daycare. I had a lot of responsibility. And so I worked just as many hours as my parents, yet I made a fraction of what they were making. And I realized after 10 years, when 22 of us got fired for politics, that I'd never work for anybody again. I don't know if anybody's on this line that's ever happened to you. It wasn't an ego thing. It was like, I'm going to put that many hours and run as somebody else's operation. Why am I not doing that for myself? Right. So sure enough, I always tell everybody, you will always get in life whatever you have the courage to ask for. It's biblical. Any good book you read it in, ask and you shall receive. And, I was real clear on what I wanted. I wanted multiple streams of income. I wanted residual. I just put it all out there. And, ACN came into my life, and, everything's been, 6.5 years later, the rest is history. And it was wild. People ask me, how did you do it? I came to Texas. I did not know anybody. How many of you on this line right now are Zoom babies? Meaning you saw this opportunity on these little boxes and you got started because it was such a great thing. And, click a link and you have a hard time putting people on a Zoom. Well, imagine you start this business, right? You have a track to run on because we have a phenomenal system and we just rely on the system. But you don't know one single person. You're in a city, state, and country that you're not even from. And you got to build this business from scratch. And so I was like, what am I going to do? And, Michael used to say to me, say something, say anything. And, it's funny. I went to one of my first people that I met, I went to a tree store, not realizing that in the South, they don't really have real trees. That was a big shocker. I'm from Canada. And I met a lady and she was really cool. She helped me out. She found my big tree I was looking for. And I was like, you'd be really good at what we do. She's like, what do you do? And I said, well, let's meet. And that's how I started. I literally talked to everything that moved. Like, you came into my space because I didn't have the luxury of being able to be in my home and talking to people, if that makes sense. So everybody that's on this line right now, consider yourself entitled. Consider yourself in a position where, it's not your fault, right? It's such a blessing that we're on Zoom right now, but consider yourself in a position that you can contact more people in the comfort of your home or wherever you are or however you are. By click a link. Like, if you're inviting people and they're not motivated to click a link, invite better people. I always say, like, if you can't get people on a Zoom, how bad do you want this? And so my story was I had to go out from living room to 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 living room and repeat the process and over and drive 2 hours and come home with no applications. Now I walk up the steps to my office and I do a presentation. If I get nothing, it's not a big deal. I come back down and continue doing what I was doing. So it's gotten easier, but we tend to bring our game down lower if everybody's following me here. And so the message I really want to relate to you is timing. Timing in business is everything. How many of you are doing a presentation of ACN and you're selling it? You don't have to sell ACN. ACN is it, meaning getting paid, no overhead, no fixed costs, no liabilities, no employees. It's $199 to get started for your own business, and we're going to help you do it. We can agree that you need to just sort and not sell. So your presentation should be 7 minutes long. It shouldn't be any longer. And if you're not telling your people that you have to write a list of 100 names, you're lying to your people. I'll repeat that. If you're not telling your brand new person who just got started, you need to get 3 services, you want to buy them or you want to get them from other people. How would you like to do this, right? Get them paid. And now we need to write a list of 100 names. You're lying to your people. And guess what? You're never going to build anything substantial with that. Because we can agree that we like to be told what are we expecting here. So if you're just telling them, oh yeah, get in and it's all, fluff and whatnot, guess what? They're going to be upset. They're going to quit and you're going to be back at square one. But if you tell them the truth, like, look, this is simple. Yet You need to get customer quality. This is what it looks like. We're gonna get you a few services. Okay, here it is. We got to get this done right now. And we need to write a list of 100+ people. That's two things. They can digest that. People can understand that because it's simple, right? And then you just teach them how to invite. But take advantage of the fact that we're doing Zoom, meaning I just signed up people in 4 different states today. That was never possible before, ever possible. Yet one of them had 20 people on, we put in a bunch. The other one had 5, the other one had 10. You see what I'm saying? So that's a lot of exposures in just one day where that was never physically possible in so many states, at least before. So take advantage of the fact that you have leaders that know what they're doing. ACN has never been bigger and stronger than it is right now. I have never seen the co-founders so excited like I've seen them now, and I've known them for a really, really long time. I've never seen, senior vice presidents on their feet, excited, because here's what I do know. When they introduced energy, it was exciting. When they introduced cell phones, people made millions. When they introduced, everybody made a lot. Now that they just introduced the medical and then the rewards programs, we are legitimately, you get your army in place. Like we're recruiters, right? So you get your army in place and you get everybody ready. Watch your checks skyrocket. And not only yours, your team's checks, because the residual income and all that new stuff is incredible. So the timing in this business could not be better. It's $199 to get started. You could do it from home. How many of you love the fact that you're not one of those people that say, shoot, I got to commute 2.5 hours to work every day and the gas is crazy. I have a lady on my team that quit her job because her 2 weeks back to not being remote cost her $800 in gas. Let that sink in for a second. She's like, it's costing me money to go to work. Like it's going to cost me more money to go to work, not pay attention to ACN than anything else. I'm out. She quit her job to do this full time. You see what I'm saying? So what's really important is that you just take advantage of the window of time that we're in. People are looking, they're comfortable. They figured out that they could work from home. They are looking to do something from home. They're looking for leadership. They're looking for belonging, mentorship. They're looking for somewhere where they don't have to think about all the news and the craziness that's going on and make money and not have to go out and spend money to make money. And we have that all here. And ACN is such a blessing, not only for people, not only because of the money. It's such a blessing in the fact that how many of you just love the fact that you can belong to something positive? You love the fact that you could just come to a meeting and we put gas in a training, I should say, we put gas in your vehicle and off you go and you go run it again. This is what I love about what we have here. And you've got people like Miss Chanel Burt here that, of her time. I don't know how long she's been doing this call on Wednesday, yet it's such a huge, look, there's 352 people on this call at 10:19 Eastern time at night, not because everybody has nothing else to do. People are looking, they're starving for what we have, and we've just got to go out and give it. Now, I don't know what everybody's schedules looks like, but I left my agenda upstairs and I apologize. I wanted to bring it down. Yet if you're an RD and above here, and I'm going to be real, and you're not doing 5 to 7 Zooms a day, why not? How bad do you want this? Now, if you would have paid $1 million for this franchise, $1 million, would you be doing that? Yeah, you would. Why? You got $1 million on the line. You got $1 million sitting there. And if you don't do it and open the door to your business, you're not going to get anything. You need to start treating ACN like that. Like, why are you doing it? Just to play with it? You got to set some goals. You got to set big dreams. You got to set big goals and go for it. And we're in the people business. And the more people you take to the line of success, the more success you're going to have. That's a given. But you got to ask yourself, what's your work ethic? Would you hire you? That's the question I ask myself. Would I have hired myself today? Would I have recruited me on this winning team today? Would I be on somebody's A-list today with what I did in ACN? And what do we really do? We share the opportunity and we get customers. That's it. That's it. It's the simplest thing we've ever done. The hardest thing is here, is your thoughts, is the chatter in your mind, is the procrastination, is the I'll get to that, or I'm preparing to prepare. No, just do it. Just get in the air and do it. And hold yourself to a really high expectation. Hold yourself to a standard that you would hold, that anybody would hold you. You want to be a Kobe Bryant of this game? You can. You can be a Pat and Mike Mazur. There's somebody out there that will, they haven't even started an ACN, that will be a Pat and Mike Mazur, or a Chanel Burton and an Aaron Burt, or a Jeff and Melissa Street, or I can go on and on and on. Yet the difference is they paid the price. And I don't mean struggle and effort. They paid that consistent price. And somebody said to me at the convention, if you had one nugget, what would it be? I said, be consistent. Do it every day. It's like brushing your teeth. It's like going to the gym. Do it every day. Do something every day. And checking your back office is not doing ACN. Share the opportunity with somebody. If you get one CQ a day and one rep a day, you're good. You're doing okay. Now, imagine 15 of you on your team doing that. Yet the speed of your team is the speed of the leader. So imagine if you're going only at 20 miles an hour, your team's going at 9. So if you, and I don't know why that is that way, it just is. Yet if you want your team to go quick, you've got to go quick. So book your Zooms. You got to have a lot of Zooms, period. It's exposures. You got to coach them up right too. Don't depend on a Thursday Zoom that's going to be great because, you know, Aunt Betty said she's going to have 30 people there. No, if you have Zooms every single day, the secret to our success is because we are consistently sharing the opportunity every single day, every day, every day. And if it's not with my personals, it's my team. We're always on the business. We're all over the business. Why? Because it's not work. We play. This is called lifestyle. I could take this computer and go sit on a yacht in the middle of the ocean and build my business. How great is that? Like, this is what we could do. Yet you got to be consistent. You got to put the throttle down. You got to stop procrastinating and get it done, or don't do it. Quit ruining ACN. Nothing frustrates me more than somebody who goes out, sponsors a bunch of people, and never supports them and does anything with them. You're ruining ACN for the rest of us. So take this seriously. Take this personally, because I do. I take it personally. I hate it when people come on and say, oh, I was involved once, and then my upline disappeared. Don't be that upline. Don't disappear on your people. Want it more for them than they want it for themselves, and go for it. And, you know, I always tell people, I'm going to run this business harder for you than you probably will for you. But guess what? When they see that we're committed, when they see that we're there, when they see that ACN is constantly getting better every single day, they get excited, and excitement breeds excitement. And that's how we're all going to take this company to $1 billion. Now, that's my nuggets for the night. I hope that helped. I hope I served you well. Just be here a year from now, but do something for you. Do something for your family. Change something. If you don't have the results you love right now, that's all good. It's okay. Here's the best part about ACN. You're one recruit away from an explosion. And so what I learned is, as long as I'm sharing this opportunity every single day, and I'm helping my team, and we're the rainmakers on this call. Right? If we create the work, if we're scheduling those Zooms and we're making sure that everybody is on your team, has one scheduled for the week, and you're helping them and you're coaching them up and you're making sure that they have people coming and you're touching them and going, guess what? The momentum starts, the fire starts, and then you can't stop the train. You just can't. It just takes off. And then everybody's excited. Everybody's making money. Everybody's getting promoted. You ask anybody, what was the favorite thing about the convention? The promotions, like it's just where you feel everybody's spirit. And so I always tell everybody, just be consistent, guys. Schedule all those Zooms up. You should have, a lot of Zooms in your team. If you don't have one, do one, schedule one now. And if you just, you haven't had one in a while, schedule one now and continue sharing this blessing with everybody, because you know what? The world needs ACN. They need it. They need a positive environment. They need a place to win. And we've got it here. This used to be the women. I'm starting to see more men on this. It's not that sight, but it's fun and I love it. And I love how everybody just raises the tide for the boats to sail, like Mr. Swaggerty says. And, at the end of the day, guys, we're all in this together. And so I hope you all do make the right decision for you and your families to go with this all the way. Don't ever quit. The only prayer you need to make here is a prayer you never quit. Keep on going, keep on sharing. You never know that day that God puts that one person in your business, that, that one Chanel Burt, that senior vice president, that girl that just goes out and makes it happen for her and her family and her kids and changed her whole legacy. You never know. You never know. And so just keep on sharing the opportunity with people and giving them the ability to take part in this great adventure with us. And so, Chanel, thanks for having me this evening. It's been fun. Where are you? There you are. I'm like, where are you on these squares? It's like a game show.
Wow. It does look like a game show. All these squares. Man, you are so awesome. You are so awesome. But the message that you gave everybody tonight was working works. That's it.
You got to do it. It's not a lottery ticket.
Yeah. Working works.
What do we do? What are we really doing? Presenting an opportunity, sharing. They say yes, we get excited, we sign them up on the spot. They say no, great, get them as a customer. What are we really doing here?
I know.
You do a lot of those and you'll all be on the cruise with us.
Right. I was just talking to somebody today. A lot of people, when they get involved with ACN, they want this to be a part-time thing. But when you really think about it, if somebody got a part-time job, they're doing way more hours than they're putting into ACN.
For sure.
Like when people start to feel overwhelmed, it's like, I was telling a girl today, I said, well, you're not overwhelmed by the work that you're doing. It's in your mind. Like the excitement is overwhelming you. Like she went to the event. I'm like, you can't stop thinking about ACN. Like that's what's overwhelming you. Like it's taking over your mind. Like you can't stop thinking about it. You just can't, right? And so it's not that you're presenting, launching, training, like it's not that's overwhelming you. It's just your mindset. It's everything that's in your head. The possibilities are overwhelming to you because you can't unsee what you've seen now. So
it's so true that. And if if you really clock in, and it's a cute exercise, but if you really clock in how much time you do in ACN in a day, it's not most people, it's not even like an occasional job.
Right.
Because the presentation's all of 7 minutes long. It takes you longer to say hi to everybody coming in, and then you do the presentation. In 30 minutes, you should be all wrapped up, right? And so at the end of the day, it's just the voice. People get overwhelmed of nothing. Like all you got to do is invite and present. It's simple. Like I've never done anything more simple than this, but it comes down to consistency.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all it is. How long can you run the marathon? It's all it is. Be consistent every day. Do something. Like it's like a workout.
Doing your business in 30 minutes a day, 20 to 30 minutes a meeting. I don't know why RDs aren't doing 5 meetings a day.
That doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
An RD, if you want to make, good money, like 5 figures a month, you got to do 5 to 6 Zooms a day and be okay with it. But who cares? The average, you can, you go, good luck finding a job that'll pay you that
Right.
from your home
I
for
was
doing
talking,
what?
I was talking to my team the other day. We were talking, Aaron just promoted a RC in what, 33 days, something like that. And so instead of, the language of ETL in 30 days, what about RC in 30 days? But you have to want to do the work for that to happen.
For sure.
And most people don't want to do the work to make that happen for somebody.
No.
It's all about every single part of it. Are you presenting? Are you launching? Are you presenting? Are you launching? Are you presenting? Are you launching? Are you present? Like, that's all it is, over and over and over again. But most people don't want to do it over and over and over again at that pace to help somebody do that. They want the story, but they don't want to put in the work to get the story.
Yeah. It doesn't work that way. You have to actually, it's a servant business. It's a people business. And you've got to really, like, I literally do not even look at what I make. I honestly don't. I'm always on come Thursdays now, and I'm always like, hey, Dr. Tanya, what did your check look like this weekend? You know what I mean? Like, I'm so concerned with what my people are making because I'm working with them intimately. And that's the first thing I ask them. Hey, what did your check look like this week? That's awesome. You know what I mean? That's the lowest it'll ever be, And so it gets them, it's a business. And if you're not measuring your business, like, what are you doing? Throwing wet noodles at the wall and hoping they stick? Well, that's not a business. That's a hobby, and hobbies cost money.
At the convention, you have made mention, you said that Mike had told you, what was it, like, your check is a direct reflection of
who you become in this business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Your check is a direct reflection of who you become in the process of building this business. And it's a be, do, have, become, do the action, and you'll have the results in your direct deposit, meaning that's a byproduct of how many people you help here. And that's what I love about ACN, is the fact that we are legitimately working with, we know the recipe. Mm-hmm. So we're teaching it, we're enrolling people on, here's what you got to do. Here's step 1, here's step 2, and don't give your people a drink of water with a fire hose. You know what I mean? Like, don't be talking crazy stuff. And they're still they're brand new babies. They're just born, you're giving them 12 ounces of milk. They're going to throw up, right. It's normal. So step by step, all right, great. Let's get you to training. Let's get your first Zoom scheduled and walk them through it. And then all of a sudden it's rinse and repeat, right? You got 3 steps, but it's really consistent, and it's tap rooting. I mean, we're master tap rooters. Mm-hmm. Franco LaFranco taught, 20 levels in 30 days. And when I did that, I popped 3 RDs up in Michigan, living room to living room, in 3 months.
Man, so many people have no idea what it was like, living room to living room.
Yeah.
But that's
okay. Oh yeah, no. And it's like, a kid that's born in a rich family, it's not their fault. They don't know different. Right. But it's, we still have to bring our game, stretch our people. Like, there's no reason why somebody can't look, if you want to have 20 people on a Zoom, you need to have 40 yeses. Mm-hmm. So go for the 40 yeses. And I had a lady today say, well, I don't know if I could ever get that. I said, if I give you $1,000 every name that you call, I'd have 100. Okay, well then use that mindset and go get it. You know what I mean? Like, go, like, so it's, and I always tell people it's gotta, I learn every day, and I tweak my game every day, but it's really just being at the game and be ready to play for your team, be ready to enroll people, to sign people up, and that's why I was coming in hot here, because the one lady, I mean, she's good. She has a women empowering group, and I'm like, I'm actually getting on a call for that right now. And, got really, concerned with her and started talking to her really quick. And then I said, listen, let's just get you started right now so that you and I can make a difference. And that's it. We signed her up right on the spot. I mean, and the person who invited her, I mean, where do you think he's at right now? He's out of his mind, And so that's what we got to do for our people. You got to go in and close business for your people, period. Because they signed up because they believed that you could take them to places they've never been. They didn't sign up because they're passionate about internet.
Right.
They signed up because they liked you and they believed that you could take them where they want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
That's it.
That's it. It's not anything else. People do business with people they like.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always been I'm always closing business for my team, and then there's some nights, obviously, or some days it's better than others, but they're always great. Like Tony says, right? It's great.
Yeah.
But
wow, Monica. Wow. Listen, first, guys, I have to tell you, I know her work ethic. I know how she works. I know who she is. And I didn't call her today. Well, I called you weeks ago when she got promoted to RVP. And I told her, I'm like, if you can't do it now, I need you to talk right after convention, because I knew she was going to be on that stage. But I know this team. I know how they schedule these Zoom meetings. I know it's packed. And when I reached out to her, I said, listen, can you talk on Wednesday? But if not, I need a date. And she said she would do it tonight. So I am thankful for you. I love you for this. I appreciate you for this. I know everybody's excited to hear from you coming off of that event, and for you to really bring a real conversation, because a lot of times people don't want to talk about the work, especially to new people, right? People don't really want to say what you have to do to win here, and you have to work to win here. And when you're not afraid of doing the work, when you figure it out as far as your life, right? Because everybody's schedule is different. People ask me like, how do you do this? You have all the kids and all this. I have help, and everybody's different, but the work is the same. The work is the same.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
Yeah.
You got to do it. Yeah. You got to figure it out.
Yep. Everybody's different, but the work is the same. And that's a blessing, actually, because it's the same thing for everybody. It's just who wants to do more of it. Who's going to do more of it, and who's going to do it the fastest. That's it. Thank you, Monica.
I love that. Thank you. I love this chat. It was so great. I'm so honored to be here, and thanks for paving the way for all of us. And go get it, guys. Make it happen. Like Chanel said, the great thing is that ACN's the same for everybody. The work's the same. It's go find your hot burning desire. Reflect on that tonight.
Yeah.
Reflect on that, because your why is going to keep you going.
Mm-hmm.
Your why, and just reflect on it. Figure it out. Figure out what makes you drive. Figure out what gets you excited, and then just go with it. And that's your why will change as you go along, so don't feel like you're stuck on that.
Yeah,
I really appreciate
a new person
you
about that tonight too. She's on the call. I say your why is going to change. That's fine. What is it today? It's not going to be the same. Maybe 6 months from today. It's okay.
Right. Exactly.
But thank you.
Yeah. No, thank you. Yeah, for sure. My why's changed a million times. Well, maybe not a million.
Love you. I appreciate you. And
Love
ladies
you
and gentlemen,
too.
this is our Women Winning Wednesday night call. You have no idea what you're going to see, what you're going to hear. That one thing that may not just change your business, but change your life. So we'll see you guys next week. Make sure you are promoting your Zoom calls this week, your trainings, and the international. We also have an Emerge event coming up in Dallas next month. Just listen, we build from event to event. Event to event, event to event. So we look forward to seeing you guys in our travels. And yeah, let's go ahead and share this opportunity because people need it. People are looking for it. People are praying for it. And we can be an answered prayer for a lot of people. So have a great night and take care. Thanks,
Love you.
Monica.
Bye.
Love
Thanks,
you.
guys. Take care.